War of the Undead tells the story of monsters fighting to stop the most insane rescue mission in history.
A world of death awaits us.
This feature-length audio drama comes with hours of bonus features, including a second parody version of the story.
A world of death awaits us, dumbass.
And a downloadable PDF of the graphic novel that started it all. Pick up War of the Undead on Audible and tellemstevedave.com.
Always so fresh, delicious, and nutritious, Eggland's Best Eggs fuel the body with 6 times more vitamin D, 10 times more vitamin E, and 25% less saturated fat compared to ordinary eggs. Visit egglandsbest.com to learn more.
At Lowe's, before the holidays is the perfect time for upgrades and upkeep. During Black Friday, get up to 50% off select major appliances and buy more to save more with up to an additional 25% off when you bundle select major appliances. Plus, grab select DeWalt 20-volt max drill or impact driver kits for just $99. Lowe's. We help, you save. Valid through 12/3. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details.
To control yourself!
And welcome back to Horror Queers. We're talking, what do you think I say when I go to the feed store in town? Oh, now, Wally, give me a bag of that effing pig feed and 10 pounds of that bitchly cow corn. We're talking, you see, it's just that kind of sarcasm that's giving our marriage real spice. And we're talking, great, I always wanted to see the other side of that room. And I'm Joe.
And I'm Trace, and we're talking, eat it until you choke, you sick, twisted fuck.
Really? You didn't go with the cock-a-doodie?
Okay. Oh, I was never going to do cock-a-doodie. It was either going to be sick, twisted fuck or cocksucker because...
Wow.
Come on. I don't use cocksucker in my everyday language, but like, it has a bite to it, right?
It absolutely does, yes.
But everyone, we are discussing Rob Reiner's adaptation of Stephen King's Misery for, Joe, I believe it's the 35th anniversary?
It is indeed. Dear Lord, where's the time gone?
This movie is almost as old as I am. Yes. I mean, what is it to say, right? But one of the best Stephen King adaptations ever. I fucking love this movie. And
amazing.
An Academy Award-winning film.
Indeed, it is that, yes.
But okay, before we go any further, I want to introduce our guest who is waiting in the wings because I'm so excited to bring this person in. Everyone, you may remember her as one of the hosts of the Kristen Stewart-produced queer paranormal reality series Living for the Dead, which used to be on Hulu, but is now no longer available anywhere for some reason. I know. She's also the host of Ghosted, a podcast in which she discusses ghost stories, psychic experiences, and all things that go bump in the night. She's also the host of Tickled to Death, the brand new horror movie game show podcast where the screams are fake but the laughs are real. And just last year she was named one of Vulture's comedians you should and will know. Please welcome Roz Hernandez.
What's up, cocksuckers?
Oh yes. You just made Trace's day.
Just drop a cocksucker every now and then because no one's going to be offended by that.
I love it. I'm your biggest fan. Thanks for having me.
Of course. And welcome to the show. And Roz, you did pick this movie out of a list that we sent to you. So I'm curious. I mean, do you have any special connection to this film? Or, I mean, do you just really like this film?
I mean, I was looking at the list you sent me, and this is a movie I've definitely seen a billion times. I feel like it was on TV a lot growing up. I don't know. But it was just one of these ones where I'm like, I'm due for a rewatch, and I probably would have rewatched it anyway. So I was happy to have an excuse. So I guess that's why I chose it. I do love it.
There we go.
Yeah, I think because this is an R-rated film, but like with the exception of fuck and cocksucker and the hobbling scene, like it's not a hard R. So it's really easy to show this movie on TV.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, I bet you they probably did such good, like, where they redub.
TV edits, yes.
Yes.
Wait. What do you think she said instead of cocksucker on TV?
Oh, you corn husker.
Yes.
I bet you that's what she said.
And it feels region appropriate.
Yeah.
cocksucker, is that like Colorado appropriate? Is that have you what?
No, Cornhusker.
Oh, corn. Oh my God, it's Cornhusker. Do we have corn in Colorado? I'm sorry. I'm the only one that lives in Colorado.
Jesus, Trace, get your shit together.
I'm getting my shit together. I've only been in Colorado for 3 years. Forgive me.
Well, speaking of horror, that airport.
Oh God, they've been doing construction on the Denver airport since I moved here, and they're still not done.
Well, it's the Illuminati. That's why. That's every time I go to Denver at that airport, I bring headshots with me and I start opening up random doors just so I can possibly hand in a resume and a pamphlet and everything so that I can join the Illuminati, because we know it is based in Denver at the airport, and this is not conspiracy theory. This is real, you guys.
It's fact.
Look it up.
Have we crossed over into your podcast now?
Oh, yeah, I forgot this is yours. Sorry, let's do yours.
Oh, my God, Roz, I've got to tell you, though, so, like, my husband is a really big, like, ghost hunter. Like, he has a group of friends where they make trips, like, 2 times a year where they go to haunted places and they, try to communicate with ghosts and stuff. And so when I told him, I was like, oh, yeah, the guest on my show tonight is Roz Hernandez. And he just goes, the ghost hunter? Oh, my God. So you've got a fan in this house.
Oh, thank you. I'm trying to get Ghost Huntress going. I'm trying to gender it just a little bit, just for fun. Because
absolutely,
we've seen Ghost Hunters. Let's. It's time for the Ghost Huntress.
That sounds very vampy, and I'm definitely on board.
But I love a powerful. Oh shit! My microphone just like fell. Oh my God, it's a ghost. I love a powerful lady. Evil or not. And so I do think that's part of why I love Misery so much.
Mm-hmm.
I'm such a huge fan of, I didn't know these are like outdated terms, but like hagsploitation movies.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Psycho Biddy.
Mm-hmm.
I love that genre of film. And I think traditionally those are usually like formerly younger actresses that are now in their older days.
Yeah.
And now they're playing a crazy lady. So it's not necessarily by that formula one of those movies, but at the same time, like it kind of is. Like it's definitely like Crazy Lady.
I was going to say I would love like a resurgence of the hagsploitation genre, but I think that's just what Ryan Murphy's doing.
Oh, see, I was going to say Ryan Murphy, but then also Zach Cregger's.
You know what movie
Right.
I always think is kind of part of that, in the same way as Misery, is Ma.
Yes.
Octavia Spencer.
And we're getting a sequel to that.
Are we really? Oh, I think I did hear that.
I mean, they announced it earlier this year, but I mean, we all know how that goes. It may happen, it might not, but they did say it's happening. So
yes,
I love Ma.
Oh yeah, Ma's a treat. Don't make me drink alone now.
Don't make me drink alone.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, well, we have a bit of a juggernaut of a film here because, of course, this is based on Stephen King's book of the same name. Actually,
Tabitha! It's a bestseller!
Tabitha. Oh, God, Tabitha. So, Joe, I know you've read this book. Roz, have you ever read this book?
I think I own it, but I don't think I ever read it.
Okay.
When did you read it, Joe?
When did I read it? I think it was probably when I was trying to make Stephen King happen for myself.
And it was never going to happen.
Because I had definitely read Carrie. That's where I started because it was his first book. I was a fan of the film, so I tried that, liked it. Misery looked short enough that I wouldn't hurt myself. And I remember liking it, but here's the thing, and it's not a problem I have with the film, but it is something I wish we got a bit of. You actually get Misery passages in Misery, so like you can see why Annie is so obsessed with it. And it's definitely, quintessential romance novel stuff, but I found myself getting sucked into the Misery stuff, and I kind of miss it in the film.
Oh, yeah, I am curious. Like the whole time I'm watching it, I'm like, tell me more about this Misery.
Well,
right?
So I read this, I think I was in 8th grade when I read this. And to this day, I still call it my favorite Stephen King novel, even though I haven't read it, in 20 plus years.
Oh, okay.
But I remember as a teenager, I actually didn't love the Misery sections, but I think it's because I was so tuned into the story itself. And Roz, like literally, it's like, oh, you'll get like 3 chapters of, Paul and Annie, but then you'll get a whole chapter of what he's writing in Misery's Return. And that's like spread throughout the entire book. And so you're really reading Misery's Return as you are reading Stephen King's Misery.
See, I don't have time for Stephen King books. They are so descriptive. Like I have started every Stephen King book ever, and I'm just like, you just tell me that she was driving a car. You don't need to tell me how many pieces of paint were chipped off of it and how many miles are on it. I don't have time. Get to the scary part.
So wait. My question to you is this then. Have you finished a Stephen King book in your life?
No. No, Carrie. I did read Carrie. And I attempted it. I think it was like the furthest I ever got, and that's a big mama.
Yeah, that is a 1,000-pager for sure.
Yeah, but Carrie is one of my favorite movies of all time, so I've definitely read that book. And I think I read like Salem's Lot, and I've tried so many.
Both Joe and I read Salem's Lot end of last year, Joe? Is that what it was?
Yes, it was last year.
I really like Salem's Lot. I was surprised because like vampire stuff, I'm just kind of like, whatever. Like vampires are vampires, but I really enjoyed Salem's Lot.
Whereas I'm with you, Roz. I was like, get to the scary shit.
Yeah, totally. Did you see that newer series that was Salem's Lot?
We watched the new Gary Dauberman one, yes, and it's tricky because he's cut out so much of what makes the book memorable. Like, it's kind of what you were hoping for, where we just get to the scary bits, but there's very little world building, and there's way too many characters.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I watched it on a plane. I don't remember it very well.
It's a good plane movie.
Yeah, it is. Well, yeah, I saw the movie before I read the book, like the new movie. I'd never seen Tobe Hooper's original, so I was like, I really enjoyed the new one. And then I read the book, and I was like, okay, I can see why people are irked with this. I still think it's a really fun movie if you take the adaptation out of it.
Yeah.
Also, sometimes Stephen King's books get nasty. Like, there's some... It, of course, has some very fucked up shit in there. And I don't have time for it, but I love to see the movies.
See, I was reading these books in middle school. I was seventh grade when I first started reading them because I wasn't allowed to watch R-rated movies, and so I asked my mom if I could read the books, and she said yes, which is really silly. I actually,
Mama Trace.
Well, because there's always like at least one or two like really graphic sex scenes in a Stephen King book, and so my 13-year-old self, who was going through puberty, masturbated to a lot of Stephen King books.
Oh my lord.
Yeah, but not Misery, because there's no sex in this book. So
there should be.
You didn't masturbate to the hobbling?
No, I didn't. Well, no, because again, it's gorier in the book. That's the thing. The book Misery is significantly gorier than the film, and that there is gore. And I'm not just talking about, she chops his leg off instead of sledgehammers it, which she does. But like, she runs over a cop with a lawnmower. Like, it's wild.
Oh, wow.
So, okay.
Tell me this, does the sheriff and his wife get freaky deaky in the book? Because they wanted to.
They're so horny in this film.
They are creations of the film. They are not in the book. Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
There's got to be a fan fiction out there somewhere.
But their horniness always jumps out to me when I watch this movie. I'm always like,
I love it.
I hope I'm like that when I'm their age.
God, I need to be a 70-year-old frisky motherfucker.
Yeah, they're out in the cold. What else is there to do?
Truly.
But yes, okay, so yeah, Misery, based on King's 1987 novel of the same name. Funnily enough, Misery was actually meant to be released under King's pseudonym Richard Bachman, but I guess in 85, he revealed his identity. I don't know if it was on purpose or not, and so by that point, he was like, well, I guess Misery is going to be a Stephen King book.
There we go.
I think it's fair to say that Misery seems almost autobiographical, and that's because it kind of is, minus the Annie Wilkes of it all, but the idea of the book came as a response to the vitriolic reaction King got from his fans when he released his 1984 fantasy novel, The Eyes of the Dragon, which was well received critically, but fans hated it because they thought it was a children's book, which is kind of true because King wrote it for his children. But basically it was like, they thought it was beneath King. They wanted the horror, which is, it's kind of like when Wes Craven did Music of the Heart and people were like, not my Wes Craven.
It's not what I want.
It was during this time that King was trying to get sober from drug and alcohol addiction. So, because the movie hints at this, like Annie's feeding him those pills, novel, the painkillers, but in the book, he becomes addicted to them, and she uses that to like make him do what she wants.
The whole time with those pills, I'm like, hook me up. Like, if that was me, I'd be like, get me the propofol, whatever you got back there. Just wake me up when my legs are back.
Right. Well, you got to write a book in like an unspecified amount of time.
Whatever.
I just want the drugs. I don't want to have to write.
Well, I mean, he spends most of the book going through withdrawals, so I don't know how fun that would be to watch in a film. But either way, King thought that the book would only be around 30,000 words, but it ends up being almost 4 times that at 370 pages, with its working title being The Annie Wilkes Edition, which, okay, it doesn't have the same ring to it, right? Again, the novel's considerably gorier than the film adaptation, and one detail I do love is that King originally planned for Annie not only to force Paul to write a book, but that she was going to bind it in his own skin.
Oh my God. She's a freak.
She
Clive
is a
Barker
freak.
called.
Oh my God, right? It's like Evil Dead, Book of the Dead, the Necronomicon.
Yeah.
But the book won the first Bram Stoker Award for Best Novel in 1987 and was nominated for the 1988 World Fantasy Award for Best Novel. It was very well received critically and reached number 4 on the New York Times bestseller list. So, it seems pretty obvious why a film adaptation of Misery was made, especially since the 80s were filled with King adaptations. You know, you had Carrie and Salem's Lot, as we said, in the 70s, but then the 80s, I had to count this, it was like 17 adaptations of his work between film and television.
Oh, sure. Remember, that's why we played that game that one time.
Yeah, and I lost really badly.
You did.
Wait, what are they? I want to name them.
Oh, God.
Dolores
Okay.
Claiborne.
No, that's the 90s.
Okay. Fuck you. Okay, wait. Christine.
Yes.
No, that was 9. Wasn't that?
That's 1990.
90, yeah.
Same year as this? Okay, you know what? We don't have time. Here I am turning into one of these Stephen King books.
But you got one, so that's great.
I know, but you know what? A new topic for your Tickle to Death show.
We did do a Stephen King episode.
Stephen King.
Hey.
Okay, well, did you say how many Stephen King adaptations were made in the 1980s?
I don't remember how many or what. Do you know all the titles or no?
So we got The Shining, something called Disciples of the Crow, which is an early adaptation of Children of the Corn, which I've never heard of. Cujo, Dead Zone, Christine, The Actual Children of the Corn, Firestarter, Stand By Me, The Running Man.
Running Man was a Richard Bachman, technically.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, like, we still call those Stephen King adaptations, don't we?
I guess
No?
so. As purists, no, I'm not a purist. Listen, as someone that has read a third of every single Stephen King book.
As someone who has read the foreword of most Stephen King books, yes.
Yeah.
Well, the film adaptation all starts with producer Andrew Scheinman, who had helped get Stand By Me, another King adaptation, made in 1987 with director Rob Reiner. Also, fun fact in case people don't know, because I know we have younger listeners that maybe didn't watch sitcoms in the 70s, but Rob Reiner is a sitcom baby. He was on All in the Family for most of the 70s before crossing over into film with his debut feature, This is Spinal Tap.
Okay, you made it sound like he was acting, and I got really confused for a moment.
He was acting.
No,
he was acting. Yeah, he was.
And his father's Carl Reiner.
Yeah, but
okay, yes.
He plays Archie Bunker's son in All in the Family, and he's Sally Struthers' brother.
Clearly, I've not seen these shows.
I had to watch All in the Family in film school because we were learning about the character of Archie Bunker. But
yeah.
Anyway, following Stand By Me's massive success, which, by the way, that success is a $52 million gross against a $7 million budget, but it also got rave reviews and both Golden Globe and Oscar nominations. So,
top of that, I love money.
Roz, by the way, Joe has a running gag where he pretends to be Stephen King checking his wife's opinion on all of his work.
Oh. Yeah, what
it's
did she have
cute
to, say
to some
about
people.
it?
It's funny. It's funny. But okay. After that success, though, Reiner co-founded a film and television production company and named it Castle Rock Entertainment after the fictional town in which Stand By Me is set, but also a lot of Stephen King books do at least mention or take place in Castle Rock.
Yeah.
But Scheinman, this producer, read the book on a plane and gave it to Reiner, and they were both shocked because they were like, oh, we should adapt this, but surely someone has already optioned the rights, and they found out that no one had, because
Rookie mistake.
The novel was so personal to him that he was like, I don't want to option it unless I'm very comfortable with who's handling it. So all the things I've done before, whatever, like I like money, but for this, like it's not just about money. Like I want this to be done very, very, very well.
Okay.
They went to King to option the book, and he told them as long as Rob Reiner was either going to produce or direct the film, he would option them the rights for $1. And that's exactly what he did.
Okay, see, that's what I'm familiar with, because I think he does that with nearly all of his books now.
Well, but it's a thing, they call it the Dollar Baby Club, but that's more like if you're in film school and you want to adapt one of his works, you can do it. But like if you're gonna like do it to make money off of it, I think there's some issues there.
If you're Frank Darabont, he's gonna be like, come to my house. Let's have tea.
Pretty much, yeah.
Let's do coke. What? Who said that?
I mean, I think by this point he was not doing coke anymore, but I could be wrong.
I mean, Annie Wilkes is cocaine.
But Scheinman and Reiner then reached out to Academy Award-winning screenwriter William Goldman to write the screenplay. And Goldman's Oscars, by the way, were for his screenplay for 1969's Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid and 1976's All the President's Men. But Joe, and maybe Roz, you might recognize that name from all the trouble he caused during the production of The Stepford Wives. See previous episode on that, because he famously wrote that. But I feel, once again, compelled to point out that this amazing Oscar-winning screenwriter, William Goldman, one of the last screenplays he ever wrote was for another Stephen King adaptation. And that was 2003's Dreamcatcher, a big wet fart of a movie, both metaphorically and literally.
I never saw that one.
Oh my God. Roz.
We'll have you back for that one. How's that?
Okay.
It's got like Timothy Oliphant and Thomas Jane and a bunch of other. Morgan Freeman's the villain in it, and it's got Lawrence Kasdan, this Academy Award-winning director, with William Goldman, an Academy Award-winning screenwriter.
Prestige.
And it's about aliens that you poop out, and they kill you when you poop them out.
It's so much farting.
Yeah.
Oh, fun.
I mean, because King wrote it whenever he was on painkillers after his car accident that almost killed him, so it makes sense when you know that. But, like, all these people were gathering to make what they thought was a prestige Stephen King adaptation, and it's about what they call shit weasels.
Farty Aliens, the movie.
That sounds fun. I'll watch that.
It's one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Not intentionally so, but it's really entertaining. It's very
a disaster movie.
So, okay. As I said earlier, Misery is a fairly close adaptation of the book, with the biggest change involving the iconic hobbling scene, where she cuts off his foot with an axe and cauterizes it with a hot frying pan.
Ooh.
Changing this, apparently, was not liked by Kathy Bates. She really wanted to get the axe in there. At a special screening of Misery at the TCM Classic Film Festival earlier this year, Bates told Reiner about this change. "I was crushed that you took that out," and Reiner defended himself, saying that he felt that James Caan's character shouldn't have to lose something after he had learned something, and Bates's reply was simply, "I don't agree with that at all."
I also agree with Kathy Bates.
Well, they also thought that if she did that, then the audience would lose Annie. They would turn on Annie, not empathize with her in any shape, way, or form.
Right, yeah.
Which, I guess, though, on that, do y'all empathize with Annie Wilkes in this movie?
Yeah, I think she's just misunderstood.
I mean, yeah, she's a queer villain.
Just kidding,
so.
I'm kidding.
No, I agree with you, Roz. I do think that she's misunderstood. There's hints of a backstory here that suggests a bunch of different things, and I find her very compelling.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I like that she likes Liberace, but she's very Kim Davis.
Oh my God. Well, I'm not going to I was going to say I'm not going to try to pathologize her, but I would argue that she's probably got maybe some borderline or bipolar going on, but the book does add to her backstory. She killed her husband, obviously. She killed her father. She did kill all those babies. I mean, she's definitely a murderer.
Murderess.
Thank you.
But I do think that Kathy Bates imbues a certain humanity into her. So even though I still hate her, I love to hate her, and I do always feel a little bit bad when he delivers that final blow with that pig statue, where I'm kind of like, oh, yeah, she never got to finish Misery Returns.
Right? She doesn't know which one Misery picked. Which of the two men?
Yeah, but there's a way to find those things. There's a way to get your favorite author to write a book, and I don't think she did it the way that you're supposed to.
Not quite the right way,
Probably not. No.
Yeah, so, bitches get pig
statued.
Face.
Now, casting proved to be an issue for both roles. More so for Paul Sheldon, though. So Paul Sheldon, they asked Robert Redford, Harrison Ford, Dustin Hoffman, Kevin Kline, Robert De Niro, Gene Hackman, and Richard Dreyfuss, and Al Pacino, and William Hurt.
Jesus Christ.
William Hurt was asked twice. All of these people said no to the role.
That is a good stack of men, though. They all would have been great.
Yeah, I think it's just the concept of they're just sitting in a bed the entire time. To me, I'm like, cool. I get to sit in a bed and read lines. Fan-fucking-tastic. Pay me.
Yeah, we literally just talked about this on one of the previous episodes where we said, wouldn't it be great if you could just sit around and do nothing? Oh, we were talking about John Hurt in The Skeleton Key.
In The Skeleton Key, yes, absolutely. And he didn't even speak in that movie.
There we go. Yeah, give me that paycheck. I'll do nothing.
The closest get they had for Paul Sheldon before James Caan came aboard was Warren Beatty, who was fully preparing to do it, but then Wikipedia says his production on Dick Tracy got extended and scheduling didn't work out.
Right.
But Rob Reiner says he all of a sudden decided he didn't want to do it. But Beatty did make some contributions to the screenplay because Goldman had apparently done like 18 drafts in like a 6-month period. And
Jesus.
He eventually left. They had into a good enough place. And Reiner and Scheinman were rewriting it during this entire process. And Beatty joined in. Beatty told Reiner that Misery wasn't a horror movie or a thriller, but rather a prison movie, saying, this man is in jail and he has to be as smart as you in trying to figure out how to get out of jail. So Reiner and Scheinman took that idea into heart when tinkering with the script. We are doing a lot of, this is a thriller, not a horror movie when talking about this movie.
Oh, of course, yes.
But apparently someone suggested James Caan, and he was happy to do it, and that was a done deal. So there you go.
There we go.
For Annie, though, we do know that both Angelica Houston and Bette Midler turned down the role.
Oh, man, Bette Midler could have done this.
I know. But and Bette Midler has gone on to say that this is one of her biggest regrets, is turning down this role.
Yeah.
But apparently Goldman had seen Kathy Bates on stage in New York for several performances. And so when he was writing the script, he actually was writing the script for her, even though she was not a name for anyone by this point.
Right.
But Reiner went to go see her perform on the stage several times and knew mere moments into their first meeting that he had found his Annie. Basically, she came in to read, and apparently she got like 2 lines in, and he just stopped her and said, you don't have to read. I know you're great. You have the part.
Wow.
That's amazing. And good for her that she was able to not only be that, like
right,
for it to be such a big break for her. And we all still know her from this movie, but like we know her from a lot of other things too.
100%.
So talented.
I mean, she never won another Oscar. She's been nominated before, but I think it's because she also has variety. Well, I was going to say she has variety, but it's because Hollywood let her have that variety. They didn't say, no, you can only play the crazy lady.
Yeah.
But just to offer a bit of a primer on Bates' early years, because I didn't know much about her before Misery. So she was born in Memphis, Tennessee, moved to New York in the early 70s, and she struggled to find acting roles. And I bring this up because I wanted to bring this up. Her agent told her that she wasn't sufficiently attractive enough to be a successful actress.
Motherfucker.
In a 1991 interview with the New York Times, Bates said this, and I quote, I'm not a stunning woman. I was never an ingenue. I've always been just a character actor. When I was younger, it was a real problem because I was never pretty enough for the roles that other young women were being cast in. The roles I was lucky enough to get were real stretches for me, usually a character who was older or a little weird or whatever. And it was hard, not just for the lack of work, but because you have to face up to how people are looking at you. And you think, well, I'm a real person too. So, I don't know. I just like she has that mindset about her.
But you know what? I bet you that caused her to be such a good actress and have to play so many different types, and it's all worked out for her.
Well, that's the thing, Like, I mean, again, she was really an established stage actress by this point. So, like, in 1983, she was nominated for a Tony Award for Best Actress in a Play for her lead role in the Pulitzer Prize-winning play Night Mother. She found further success off-Broadway in Terrence McNally's Frankie and Johnny in The Clair de Lune, for which she won an Obie Award for Best Actress in 1988. And she did do minor film work in the 80s. Like, she played a supporting role in Robert Altman's queer 1982 film Come Back to the Five and Dime, Jimmy Dean, which also starred Cher and famously A Nightmare on Elm Street 2's Mark Patton. And then she started getting minor supporting roles in television shows and soap operas. But Misery was her breakout. This is when everyone knew who Kathy Bates was.
Yeah. Hard to win an Oscar and not have people at least know who you are.
The filming took place from February through May of 1990, with exteriors being shot on location in the town of Genoa, Nevada, and interiors being shot on a soundstage at Hollywood Center Studios in Los Angeles. Now, according to both Reiner and Bates, the mood on set was often tense because Bates experienced friction with James Caan while they were filming. Because Caan was a very instinctive actor and didn't like rehearsal, whereas Bates, coming from the stage...
Right, rehearsal all the time.
Likes a lot of rehearsal. So Reiner had to kind of strike this balance of where it was more rehearsal than what James Caan wanted, but less rehearsal than what Kathy Bates wanted. But either way, it wasn't, in Reiner's words, simpatico a lot of the time. This frustrated Bates, who said that she and Caan were butting heads from the very beginning, but I think as evident in the film, Reiner used that tension to the film's advantage.
Right, yeah.
I did want to point out, too, that the score was composed by Mark Shaman, who would go on to write the music for the Broadway adaptation of John Waters' Hairspray.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, Misery comes out November 30th, 1990, the only new release that weekend. It opens in the number 2 spot with $10 million, behind Home Alone in its 3rd week of release.
Wow, juggernaut.
Yeah, exactly that. It remained in the top 10, though, all the way through the first week of 1991, and ended its domestic run with a box office gross of $61.3 million against a production budget of $20 million.
Good investment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, bring on the sequel.
Oh my god. Misery's Return.
Oh my god. Why don't we just adapt the Misery books, honestly?
Right? Roz, you would read those, right?
Of course. Most of it, I'm sure. But there should be a prequel. I want to know how she got there.
Well,
okay, so interestingly enough, you can watch it on TV because season 2 of Castle Rock has Lizzie Kaplan playing Annie Wilkes, and they do part of How Does She Become This?
Oh.
It's not bad.
Well, wait.
I actually quite liked her performance.
Is it still on Hulu? Because we know Hulu likes to remove things.
Let's not talk about Hulu and say we don't.
Listen, this is sore subject for me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bring up
I'm kidding. It's fine.
Oh boy, but yeah. So critically, Misery was well received. We're looking at a 91% on Rotten Tomatoes, based on 76 reviews, and Letterboxd users have given this a 4 out of 5, which is high for Letterboxd. So good on y'all.
There we go. Yeah.
But of course, Misery is best known to us horror fans as being one of the few genre films to actually secure not only an Academy Award nomination, but also a win. Kathy Bates won the Best Actress Oscar for Misery, beating out fellow nominees, oh, I love this, well, maybe, Angelica Houston for The Grifters. So Angelica Houston turned down this role
so she could have had it. Yeah.
Lost the Oscar for it. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Ouch. Other nominees were Julia Roberts for Pretty Woman, Meryl Streep for Postcards from the Edge, and Joanne Woodward for Mr. and Mrs. Bridge. Kathy Bates also took home the Golden Globe for Best Actress in a Motion Picture Drama for this movie.
Oh, not a comedy? Okay.
No, not a comedy. I mean, there are funny moments in it.
There are, yes.
But yeah, I mean, it's become a stage play. We've got that second season of Castle Rock. The stage play, by the way, I mean, it's been through many iterations throughout the years, but there was a 2015 production on Broadway that starred Laurie Metcalf as Annie Wilkes and Bruce Willis as Paul Sheldon.
Maybe not.
Oh, okay. I think I remember that now. Laurie Metcalf can do no wrong.
Right?
Absolutely. This is how you know we're all queer. It's like, Laurie Metcalf, yes.
Aunt Jackie.
Other people, Bruce Willis, we're just like, who?
Well, I mean, because Paul Sheldon is not them. Again, I can see why some of these male actors, their egos are probably too big to take this role, because it's like Paul isn't the star of this movie, even though I would argue he is the protagonist of this movie.
Correct, yes.
But, Joe, what happens in this movie?
War of the Undead tells the story of monsters fighting to stop the most insane rescue mission in history.
A world of death awaits us.
This feature-length audio drama comes with hours of bonus features, including a second parody version of the story.
A world of death awaits us, dumbass.
And a downloadable PDF of the graphic novel that started it all. Pick up War of the Undead on Audible and tellemstevedave.com.
Nothing brings us together like Eggland's best eggs. Always so fresh and delicious, plus superior nutrition like 6 times more vitamin D, 10 times more vitamin E, and 25% less saturated fat compared to ordinary eggs. For us, it's eggs any style, as long as they're the best. Eggland's Best. Better taste, better nutrition, better eggs. Visit egglandsbest.com to learn more.
Get ready to shop Lowe's Black Friday doorbuster deals to save $150 on a 30-inch Blackstone griddle, now $299. Plus, choose a Whirlpool top-load washer or Midea top freezer refrigerator for just $398. These limited-time doorbuster deals go fast, so get holiday ready today at Lowe's. We help, you save. Valid 11/28 through 12/1. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details.
All right, so we open with novelist Paul Sheldon, played by James Caan, finishing his untitled manuscript with a glass of Dom Perignon and a cigarette.
This movie's how I learned what Dom Perignon was.
There you go. See, educative.
Yeah.
So, as the snow begins to really come down, he drives on the twisty mountain road as the credits roll, and then 4 minutes into this movie, Paul loses control and flips the fucking car.
Good effect on this too. I mean, like,
looks good.
It looks good. Yeah, car flips on the road. There you go.
I mean, it's back when we had actual cars and we would flip them off of actual roads. Okay, so in flashback, we see Paul hugging his leather satchel as his agent, Marcia Sindel, who is played by fucking Lauren Bacall. I forgot she was in this movie.
Oh, never.
God, she is stunning. It made me wish that she was in this more, even though I feel like she would have been skeleton keyed a la Jill if she had have. Like, she would have just shown up and Kathy Bates would have murdered her or something.
Yeah, I'm surprised they don't start the film with this. It's interesting that we start with the cabin scene, then we do it in a flashback immediately throughout the credits. But I also think that this wouldn't make for a solid opener.
No, it's a little too dry.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't smoked a cigarette in years, but the only time I think about doing it is when I hear a woman like Lauren Bacall speaking.
Really?
Raspy voice.
I want that voice so bad.
Mm-hmm.
Her and Kathleen Turner, right? Just the two of them chain smoking and talking to one another.
Yeah.
So good.
Well, now you just sound like The Grudge.
Yeah.
Yeah, smoke another thing.
Which should have been Lauren Bacall.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Lauren Bacall coming out of your TV? Terrifying. And then she's just like, hey, do you want a martini?
That's The Ring, not The Grudge, Joe.
Fine. Make me remember my J-horrors properly. Okay, so Marcia is trying to convince Paul to stay in the Misery Chastain business. P.S. That name. No wonder this series was so successful. That is money to be printed.
I mean, I always think about like just the name Misery, like because it's like a historical. What I'm gathering is these are like romancy type novels. Like,
yeah, but I think during the Great Depression or something like that. Right?
Oh no! They're in the 1800s.
Okay. Oh, that's right. That's why we can do bee stings.
Yes. Well, and that's what he says. In 1876, it was really common for women to die in childbirth.
And this is true. Yes. So we're trying to convince Paul to stay in the Misery Chastain business, but he never meant for the character to take over his life. And essentially, he's not proud of being the author of this series, even though it has made him incredibly rich. He wants something that he's proud to have on his tombstone. To which I say, sir, your ego is about to take a bruising.
Well, I think, though, it's they hint at this in the movie, but don't fully, like, really just say it. But I don't believe that the Misery books are critically well received.
Probably not. Popular.
So he wants something, yeah, they're popular with people, but he wants something that's going to get him an award.
Yeah.
Right. Which I think is something that a lot of creators fall into, where it's like, oh, this is my project that not really my passion, but a lot of people like it and it's making me a lot of money, but yeah. He probably wants the respect of his peers.
Yes.
I kind of liken it to actors who are stuck on a TV show for like 10 plus years, you know? It's like, hey, this is great, it's a job, I'm making money, but I want to do something that's a bit more meaningful.
Stop talking about David Duchovny this way.
As they cry in their mega mansions.
Right?
Oh, yeah. I feel so bad for them.
Mm-hmm.
They were all the people who sang Imagine during the pandemic, right?
Oh my
like,
God.
It's so hard to be stuck in this place with this pool behind me. Okay, so we're back in the present and we see a masked figure pull Paul out of the car, administer CPR. He ends up getting revived, but we do grab the satchel as he is carried away and we fade to white. And I love that we disguise like, oh, this figure, this is clearly a man because look at how Paul gets hefted onto their back.
I mean, what a horse, right? Like, she just like lifts him up and just walks away.
Yep.
I know that woman. She could definitely lift a sack of potatoes easily. Like that's a strong lady right there, and I'm into that.
Yeah. Okay, so this is obviously revealed to eventually be Annie Wilkes, played by Kathy Bates, and I'm going to bring in my one and only source for this episode. It's Beth Cattleman's Raging Butch, Annie Wilkes' Female Masculinity and Anger for Horror Homeroom. And Cattleman says, even though she is not identified outright as a homosexual, Annie exhibits many of the characteristics that the patriarchally influenced general public associates with butch lesbians. She is ungraceful, brawny, wears comfortable shoes, dresses in dowdy clothes, and has a rather short, austere hairdo. In a word, she is mannish and is visually coded as butch. So I like this because, I mean, folks, we're a queer horror podcast, and I think a lot of people will say, sure, it's an anniversary for Misery, but this movie isn't particularly queer. But I think even if Annie herself doesn't necessarily identify as queer, and I'm going to use Kettleman's argument to suggest that maybe there is a bit more queerness than you think of here, I think even just visually, the way that she is presented, like there is a quote unquote crisis of femininity in Annie. Like she's not performing femininity the way that we expect women. And I think there is, unfortunately, this connection between Kathy Bates, as we've talked about, where, you know, she's not a conventionally attractive leading lady. So she gets a role like this. But then also when we don't respect the Kathy Bates or the Annie Wilkes of the world, we're missing out on people who maybe have a lot to say or who have a lot to contribute. So I don't know. I just liked reading Annie Wilkes as a bit of a queer figure, or maybe even a queer icon, because I think there's a lot of dragginess to this performance.
But if you think about it, if it was like some conventionally attractive woman, there would be such a different layer of him wanting her or whatever. Like, I don't know. I don't know that it would work the same.
So it's like key that he is not attracted to her in any shape, way, or form. I don't, because again, it's been so long since I read the book, but the one thing I remember from the book is that her breath always smelled like Christmas cookies, but like with like stench.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know.
So not in a good way.
No, not in a good way. Or it was like one of those things where it was pleasant at first, but then like as the book goes on, he comes to hate the smell.
Wow.
Because she's always in his face. But yeah, I mean, I guess, but when it comes to, because I was going to challenge you, Joe, and be like, well, no, she's cooking him meals all the time. She's bathing him. Like she's doing quote unquote womanly tasks for him. Mm-hmm. But I guess, yeah, her presentation is anything but.
Well, and even when she's doing these domesticated things, it's more of a servant position, right? Like she's not sexually desirable because she is too busy playing nursemaid to him.
Well, I think that's why, too, when she mentions, like, oh, when my husband left me, and it's like, someone married you?
Which is wild, because, I mean, she's got this fucking farm. She's clearly taking care of it. I mean, in some way, like in this economy, she'd be a fucking catch.
I mean, the film never says it, but she definitely killed her husband.
But she's also definitely, like, that Christian type, like, where, I mean, she thinks swear words are dirty and stuff.
Yes.
Like, she loves Liberace, but she probably doesn't think he's gay or doesn't want to talk about it. You know what I mean? Like, she's very that kind of a thing.
That's what I'm missing from this movie. I need to know Annie's stance on queer rights.
Wow.
Yeah, I can tell you I don't think she's into it.
I'm willing to bet that she's friends with all the gays who live in this small town, but she doesn't think that they're gay, so she actually hates all gays.
No, it's a love the sinner, hate the sin. So it's like, I love you, I don't agree with your lifestyle.
Yeah,
right.
She probably never talks about it with them. She probably is just like, oh no, he's just, we don't talk about that. He's just funny and fun and.
But then piss her off and she'll be throwing out sodomites all over the place.
Of course.
Yeah, when we're doing the Misery Book Club and we're drinking our white wine with ice cubes in it, everything is copacetic. But if we talk about our sex lives, get out of my fucking house.
Yes.
I do love the trait with her, though, where it's like she's actually not that smart of a person. And so there's like little, like the dumb Perignon thing, where there's little things where it's like, oh, wow, you're really not very smart. And I like that about her, because the film never calls it out. We just have to go by Paul's reaction on his face, where he's like, you're not saying that correctly.
Well, I think maybe she's just not super cultured, but she was a medical professional, right?
Yeah, I'm with you, Roz. I think Paul is reading her as a dumb hick, and
she knew he had escaped the room multiple times. Like, she knows what she's doing.
Okay, I'm just saying, y'all are saying, oh yeah, she has medical training. Yes, she does, but how many of those people died under her care?
Oh, they died because she killed them. Not because she wasn't taking care of them, because she didn't want them to live.
Yeah.
She wanted to kill them, but she she passed all the tests to get to that job.
That is true. That is true. Yeah.
It's really easy to kill people. It's harder to get a medical degree.
What does the album say? Like, top medical student nurse, like, falls to her death?
Oh, man. Yeah, I would hate to get in Annie's way. Okay, so Annie has been taking care of Paul, playing nursemaid to him. He's been unconscious for 2 weeks, we learn. And we see more time passing as she adjusts his IV. She's feeding him Novril for the pain. And she explains that she can't possibly take him to the hospital because the blizzard has knocked out the roads, the phone lines. And we do see an overhead tracking shot that reveals, or rather confirms, that his legs are properly fucked up.
Love this prosthetic work, by the way. This is Greg Nicotero and K&B Effects Group that's doing the work in this film, which of
course it is.
But I feel like you wouldn't be able to know that on site because I think you're used to seeing them do a lot of gore work, and that's not what you get in this movie. So they're tasked with doing a lot of realistic, like, medical prosthetics.
Yeah, it looks great.
Question, because I guess the first time I saw this, I remember thinking, like, oh, well, she's not imprisoning him now. She only gets that when she's reading Misery's Child and Misery's Dead. But I think from the get-go, she was never going to let him go, right?
Roz, what do you think?
Yeah, I think she had that kind of crazy in her already, where she was, I don't know that she was gonna, well, I think, yeah, maybe her plan was, like, he's gonna love me, and we're gonna end our lives together.
Oh, boy.
I guess that is the thing, yeah, like, what is her endgame now versus her endgame after she reads the book? And are they different, or are they the same? I don't know.
Now, wait a second. Was I not paying attention? Did she have anything to do with his car crash, or did she just happen to find him randomly?
Well, she was following him. So I think she staked out his cabin and just stayed there. And so when he left, she was following him.
Yeah, but the fact that you asked that, Ross, because I have seen a number of people speculate, what was she doing up there? Did she have ill will intentions? Like, was she possibly going to abduct him? Did she fuck around with the road or something? So the movie doesn't actually suggest that, but people read a nefarious intent into her actions.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so back in New York, Marcia, this would be the Lauren Bacall character, who is his agent, calls Dick Halloran. Oh, wait, sorry, no. She calls Detective Arbogast. Oh, no, wait, sorry. She calls Buster, who is Richard Farnsworth.
I love this character, though.
Oh, he's fucking delightful.
Sad story though. So I didn't know this. So he died in 2000, but his last acting role was in the only G-rated David Lynch movie called
The Straight Story.
The Straight Story. He was suffering from cancer, really like very painful cancer during the filming, and he was partially paralyzed. He killed himself by shooting himself in the head.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's quite grim, and that performance is exceptional. He's a fantastic actor whenever you see him in things,
and he got an Oscar nomination for it. So at the time, making him the oldest actor nominated for Best Actor.
Yeah, you can see it on his face though. If you watch that movie, he looks like he's in pain. It's upsetting for sure. But he is delightful in this movie. So he is the Silver Creek sheriff or police. He basically identifies as anything that you need him to be, because this is quite a ragtag operation. But he does reassure Marcia that he will look into Paul's disappearance. And then we see him put it into his rudimentary system, which is Post-it notes.
I mean, there's probably not a lot going on in this town.
Oh, no. She's like, oh, you got a phone call. Busy day.
Yeah. It's like, it's front page news if someone takes a shit.
It's probably people stealing something from a neighbor or getting into some kind of petty dispute, and you just have to go out and play mediator, calm them down or something. But yeah. All right, so we cut back to Annie. She is shaving Paul, so we're getting a little bit more intimate. And she explains that she was in the right place, the exact right place to rescue him, because she is his #1 fan. She knows all about him, but she loves the Misery novels most of all.
Which, I do want to know now, what else has he written that wasn't a Misery book?
A Richard Bachman title.
Fuck.
Oh, yeah, I did the original Running Man. Yeah, that was me. So Annie confirms that she will call his daughter as well as Marcia, because he's quite concerned that he's been out of touch for so long. He would have normally checked in by this point. And then, she kind of asks, because he's her favorite author, can she read this new manuscript he's been working on? And he agrees. He consents to this because she did save his life.
I love when she's like, me?
Well, I think that's what's so good about Kathy Bates' performance, though. Like, the switches she makes. And of course, right now we haven't seen her have a rage outburst yet, but like she is so like warm, inviting, and charming. And again, that kind of like, well, not Southern, it's to Colorado, but like small town vibe. But the way she switches back and forth is seamless. It's really masterful acting.
Yeah. She's good. She's good. She's good.
Really good.
Not gonna
It's almost
lie.
like Oscar
She's
worthy.
got a lot of talent. That lady.
This Kathy Bates lady, I think she's going places, if you know what I mean.
Not bad.
All right, so we see Buster gathering intel on Paul from the owner of the Silver Creek Lodge. We learn Paul is a nice guy. He always, is social. He's congenial, just all around decent guy. Okay, so now we have a read on his character.
He's single, right?
No, he's got. Well, wait. Does he ever mention a wife?
He never mentions a partner. He only mentions a daughter.
Oh, he seems like he might be divorced.
He gives off big divorce energy.
Big divorce energy.
Yeah, like pack a day, divorce energy, likes a little too much red wine.
No, he doesn't have a pack a day. Remember, he only smokes one cigarette after he finishes a book now.
Wow.
But he
what
probably
led to that?
used to smoke.
Yeah, he used to smoke. Yeah.
Come on,
his
you've seen
agent-
James Caan's face.
His agent she's the pack a day.
No,
Yes.
absolutely.
Oh, God, yeah.
Where's your latest book?
You sure you don't want to keep misery around a little longer?
Just think about it. If you write more books, that's more cigarettes.
Marsha's just got like a back end deal with like Big Tobacco in the late 80s.
Yeah, why not?
Okay, so back at the cabin, Annie has begun reading this new unpublished book, and she does not like the profanity in it. And we do get a music cue that reinforces she's a little bit volatile.
Yeah, I do love that they don't name this book because in Stephen King's novel, this book is just called Fast Cars.
Boo.
Okay, Tracy Chapman much?
He's like, yeah, it's a Tracy Chapman story. I really thought I was going to win a Pulitzer for this. Okay, so Annie gets so worked up over this that she even spills his soup on the sheets and then declares that she loves him. ... His mind, his creativity.
And I think immediately if you didn't know you were already watching like a Stephen King adaptation, this is she's crazy. Okay, I get it.
Well, and Khan's face kind of tells you everything you need to know in key scenes. Like, if you didn't get the music cue, his what the fuck was that look when she leaves, spot on.
Yeah.
Okay, so in the car, Deputy Virginia, this would be Buster's wife, but yes, also his deputy. She's played by Frances Sternhagen. She makes a move on him while they're driving. And yes, let's talk about the sex lives of the elderly, because I'm shipping these two.
She wants to give him roadhead right now.
Yeah, she was going for a hand job at least.
Bare minimum, yes.
And he said, ma'am, this is a work vehicle.
God.
You are technically on the clock.
Like, he would be so boring. He's reading these misery books in bed. He clearly takes his work home, and she's just like, how about fucking? No?
Oh, yeah, give the lady a little bit. Come on.
But they do work together, too. So they're literally around each other all the time.
All the time, yeah. But I do love that they're funny in this way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's a lot of
definitely the
comedic
comic
mileage out of this.
Yeah, 100%.
But I bet you since nothing ever happens, they're usually fucking all day. And he's all excited because there's something going on. And she's like,
Right.
okay, but that's wonderful. However, it's
What about
1
the fucking?
p.m. on a Tuesday. Usually you are inside of me.
Yeah. We've usually got our sex date by now.
He's just got her bent over the desk at the police station.
Yeah.
God.
I will say, the one thing about this movie that I always feel is I just feel so bad about is that we never see Virginia again after
No.
Buster is killed. And we never get to see her learn that he is dead.
Oh.
Tragic.
Yeah.
I mean, he is a red shirt from very nearly the beginning of the movie. Like, when he takes the call and says, yeah, we'll start to look in on it, you're like, oh man, you're dead. You're going to get killed by this lady.
I'm not going to lie. I remember the first, because I read the book and he wasn't a character in the book. And even though, yes, a cop does get run over by a lawnmower in that book, I still like the way that both Buster and Virginia were like portrayed. I was like, oh, I thought they had plot armor. He's not going to die. They're not going to kill him. And they do. And I think that's what makes this movie so interesting, especially that it's a Rob Reiner film. Like, you don't think of Rob Reiner as like a horror guy, a genre guy at all.
No.
But his kind of like lighthearted sensibilities work in this movie. And I think you see that the most in the characters of Buster and Virginia.
Absolutely.
Yeah. They're funny. They're fun.
They are. Even this moment, right, where he goes out looking for the car and he just sinks up to his waist in the snow, and you think, yeah, this is probably what they get up to all the time, right? Just go looking for people who maybe had a road accident, maybe a little bit of roadhead on the way to the road accident, and then we play around in the snow. So he does not see this wreck, though, so we just assume Hall must be dead. And I love that as we say this, we get this tracking shot as Annie drives by.
Yep.
Of course.
And isn't the car, like, right there, too?
Yeah. He's like 10 feet away from it. He just can't see it because you need to be overhead.
Now, I understand that everything is very spread out in this area and whatever, but, it's like the guy at the local convenience store knows her.
Right.
I'm just kind of surprised that the sheriff doesn't know all about this woman.
Yeah, like if someone goes missing, why isn't your first instinct to go check out the woman who was on trial for murdering babies?
Exactly.
Is it because this is so far away from Denver?
But he knows she lives there in town.
This is true. It just seems like he doesn't really connect her to these previous crimes until he identifies her having that altercation outside and realizes, oh, maybe I should be looking into the town's weirdo.
Yeah.
Okay, so speaking of Annie, she has come back from town. She's got the latest Misery book, and she lies. We come to realize later that it is a lie, but at the moment she says, I spoke to the surgeon and he says it's best that you don't move. We're just going to keep you here for now.
Well, because she keeps letting, that's what I love about Annie. Like, she gets sloppy really, really, really easily, but it's always when she's really happy. That's when she's the most sloppy. She's really good when she's in her bad states, but she's like, oh, he's like, the roads are open. And she goes, oh, the one to town, but that's about it. Oh, you called the doctor? Oh, well, I did. Yeah. And I totally called your agent. Yeah.
Yeah, she's not locked in because she's so excited to be reading this new Misery book.
Well, because she keeps trying to shut him up so she can talk about the book.
I mean, that is what I love, is you very much get the impression, even when she professes to love him, she doesn't love him. She loves Misery. She loves the books.
Yeah.
True. But that also has to be crazy to have, like, your kind of idol in your bedroom. Like,
oh, God.
That's so wild, I would think, for her.
Oh, I know.
Okay, wait. If you could Annie Wilkes out, like, not actually hurt somebody, but maybe gently imprison somebody in your house for like a week and just pick their brain and have dinner with them, which celebrity are you going for?
John Waters.
Oh, yeah.
That is a good pick, Roz.
Mm-hmm.
Trace?
Oh, God. How am I going to top John Waters?
I mean, he'd probably like you to. But...
How many people have said that?
I walked right into it. I don't know off the top of my head. You know what? Fuck it. I'll be a gay. Give me Meryl Streep.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, you could She-Devil, or you could Death Becomes Her.
Death Becomes Her.
Sure.
She-Devil. Does that make me Roseanne?
Do you want to be Roseanne?
Not current day Roseanne.
Here's the thing, though. Previous, like, non-lunatic Roseanne, I think, could have handled this role okay, too.
Yeah.
That would have been fun. Oh, I love old Roseanne.
I know. Don't we miss the people that we now have to hate because they're just garbage people?
I'm sorry, but Roseanne is one of my favorite shows ever, going back to Laurie Metcalf, and it's hard for me.
Did you watch The Connors after she left?
I tried, but it just didn't. It's
just not the same.
Me. I love old Roseanne Barr. She was so good on that show.
Yeah.
Sad face.
Joe, who's your person then? Who you gonna kidnap?
Who's my person? If we're talking like sexy hot people, it's a different story compared to like creative people I actually want to spend time with.
It's a fandom thing, not sex.
Okay, it's probably Clive Barker.
Oh, yeah. Actually, and that could be a sexy thing tame
To be honest, yes. I'd be like, Clive Barker, I need you to write me new books and make them sexy.
I actually am a little surprised that both Misery, the book, and not the movie, but the book especially, don't delve into like her sexually assaulting him in some shape, way, or form.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, she's not. I think she's asexual.
Not that kind, is
she's
she?
ace. She's ace, 100%.
Yeah. Okay, let's keep that in the back pocket as well, because I think there's definitely that reading too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so speaking of books, Paul is upset that he's missing his daughter's birthday, and Annie could not give two shits because she is digging into this new Misery book. She is on page 75. She declares it's perfect. By the time she gets to page 300, she compares Misery's child to the Sistine Chapel.
Oh, and she gets wrong who painted it because she says, "What's that thing that Dago painted?" And he's like, "The Sistine Chapel." Yeah. Also, the way Kathy Bates just delivers, "Oh, Paul," like all the time throughout this movie.
I mean, there's a little bit of quivering loins to it, but again, it's always in relationship to the book.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so following another dissolve, we see Annie reflecting out the window about her unexpected divorce. So this is the closest thing that we will get to her backstory before we get to the scrapbook. And she talks about how she worked days and nights at the hospital. She got into reading Misery, and that was really what got her through this. But there is this comedy beat as she talks about how people don't respect the Institute of Marriage. And it's revealed that this whole time she's been saying all of this stuff, Paul has been peeing into a bucket.
A bucket? I called it a carafe, but...
I mean, yeah.
But to me, the humor in this scene, though, because he hands her this thing, and then she keeps talking about, the sanctity of marriage, as she's waving this jar of piss all around. But I think it's because it's meant to foreshadow what she does with the lighter fluid later.
Yeah. Okay, let's start getting to the scary bits. So... in the night, Dirty Bird Paul is awoken by a shadow-shrouded Annie Wilkes screaming that he murdered Misery, and she is shaking the bed, she is smashing things, she is uncontrollable rage, and she does clarify that she never made any of the calls, shocker, and then she leaves, driving away, but before she goes, she declares, "If I die, you die."
So I guess that answers my question, though. Like, she never called anyone. She never planned to call anyone. So I don't know what her end game was, you know?
Yeah. Roz, do you think she, saw the opportunity and took it? Or was it like, I've been staking you out for years and would have done this earlier if I had the chance?
I think she got bored in that house.
Yes. Well, it's just her and the fucking pig.
I think she moved out there because she knew that's where he lived when he writes his books. And... she knew that there was going to be something. She was going to have her moment, and she knew the series was coming towards an end. And yeah.
You bring up a good point, though. You're right, because she does that thing where she's like, "You told that story to Merv Griffin 11 years ago." So everyone, if you're even moderately known by fame at all, don't tell any talk show host, "Oh yeah, I go here the same spot every time I'm writing a book."
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay, so Roz, we had a conversation before we started recording where we clarified, how comfortable are you telling us personal stuff about you? Do you have any kind of interactions with people that have given you cause for concern? Because, you're a famous person.
I mean, I'm not that famous, but I'm pretty accessible. And that does scare me because since I'm a stand-up comedian, I'm constantly like, come to this address to find me.
Right. And it's scary to even put that out there, right?
Yeah. And I just did a 46-city tour where I was very open and honest about I'm booking this entire thing myself and I'm driving myself across America to do this.
Wow.
And I truly was by myself. And I would say most of the places I went had security guards. But, I was a door person at a comedy club. It was one of my last jobs that I had. And, bitch, I was no security guard.
You were throwing your weight around?
And no. So, yeah, I'm trying to think. I mean, I do attract the ghost crowd, which...
I mean, the ghosts are not going to hurt anybody.
Well, there's a lot of people that are into that ghost stuff attracts, and sometimes I've attracted some people that are, I don't know, they're definitely living in a different reality than I am.
Yeah,
and that can scare me a little bit. Where I'm like, okay, well, I've seen it happen before, where it's like, and now we're married, you and I, and you're gonna love me forever. It's like that kind of vibe where I don't want to get.
Do you engage with those people, though, or do you just kind of ignore them and hope that they stop?
No, I actually, and I feel bad because I get messages that I'll see sometimes on like, I don't know why Instagram has it where someone can request a message to you and once they're in, they're in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That they need to change because I've let people in the past and that has become a problem.
Yeah.
So now I kind of just don't let anyone in on that. And I have, like an email and stuff that people that I talk about.
You have a professional way that people can reach you if they need to.
But even email is less personable than Instagram is, It's like someone reaching out to you on Instagram, it's like there's a missing wall between you and that person. Whereas with email, I feel like there is a wall between you where it's like it feels a little bit safer.
Yeah, and I mean even Instagram, it's like they could see that you read it or you're typing or whatever. Like it's a whole different thing. But yeah, I mean, luckily, knock on wood, everything has been pretty fine with me so far.
Okay.
Well, you're still young.
Yeah,
Trace, why do you make it sound like a fucking threat? Jesus.
I'm just saying.
I have seen it though. I mean, I'm friends with a lot of people that have dealt with stuff that it can get scary. And I think it's this fine line because I think so often people love to be like, this person was rude to me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, oh, sorry that you interrupted their meal and they were not the friendliest in the world. But I do think a lot of times it's like setting up walls because it's like, if I let you in right now as I'm walking into my home, like how far can this go?
Yeah.
I think that's a lot of times when people are standoffish that are like celebrities or whatever, it's defense. Also, I think a lot of them are assholes, but I do think that a lot of the time it's keep walking.
Yeah.
It's definitely like, toxic fandoms. We at one point had to cut off like one particular fan years ago just because we were like, this is really getting uncomfortable. Like, we're going to like put an end to this conversation that we're having.
It just wasn't safe.
It wasn't safe. And then that person would go around and tell people that we were mistreating our fans and things like that. And it's like, we have the receipts. We have all the messages. So I don't know what you're thinking, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, not to make a generalization, but Roz, I think at one point you said there are people who just aren't fully living in this reality, right? Like, I'm your number one fan. I've imagined a future with you. I've interacted with you on social media, so I think I know you. There's a level of that intimacy. And I think we can see that here with Annie in the film, right? Where she thinks that she has this incredible relationship with Paul because she knows so much about him and she's so invested in Misery. So when he kills off this golden goose because he wants to go and write some generic as fuck sounding book at the end of this movie, for him, it's just a career move. And for her, it's the end of the fucking world.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It's that parasocial relationship.
I'm sure you've noticed this too. Podcasting, I think, is a way that people really feel like they get to know you.
Yeah.
And it's so conversational and they're so used to hearing you talk to them in their ear or as they're running their errands or whatever. And so I do think that sometimes when people meet you that listen to your podcast for years or whatever, they feel this closeness that you're not used to because you don't know them.
I even for me, it's a thing where it's like, oh, wow, like, so much about, because I think Joe and I have both been very like forthcoming about ourselves and even our personal lives in the 6 years we've been doing this. Mm-hmm. But it's a thing where it's like, there's an imbalance of, it's not power. What do I want to call it? But like, if you meet someone of knowledge, where it's like, they know so much about me and I know nothing about, like, I've had someone say something to me and I'm like, how do you know that? And they're like, oh, you said it on the podcast. And I was like, I did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've dealt with that. Well, I have a dating problem that I deal with, which is like queer men that are, I'm not sure if they're actually into me or if they just want to hang out with me, but they kind of lead me on. Like, this has happened so many times. And it's like, oh, you know so much about me and I don't know anything about you. And I kind of do feel like it's power imbalance in a way. Because they already know. It's like, how do I have a conversation with you? Because you already know my things that I would talk about on a first date or whatever. Right. You've already heard all these stories or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a hazard of the trade.
I mean, I will say I love the intimacy that it fosters where people feel like, oh, the reason I listen to the show is because I know you, right? Like, if you can take out some of the weird or negative stigma of it, I love this idea that we have the power to connect with people who have never even met us in real life. I'm just like, oh, that's so powerful.
It literally is the best. And I would say truly 99.99% of the time, it's just
the
like
greatest.
The best.
Yeah.
Like, my dream is not to appeal to the masses so I can have a giant mansion. It's like, I want to entertain people that I would want to be friends with.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like fostering a community of sorts.
Yeah, and it's really cool to actually put a face to the people and to meet people and be like, oh my God, you get me and I get you, and we already have like this instant thing going because we have the same taste and stuff like that. Like, that's great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But it is at 99% though. But it's because by putting yourself out there as much as we do on podcasts, there's an inherent risk there. And I think maybe also because we're all involved in genre related things, we are all aware of all the possibilities of what could happen with that risk.
We've seen Misery one too many times on cable.
Yes. But, you know, what you have to watch out for is the people that are like, well, that's a love story about a woman that got to meet her favorite person.
Yeah.
Where's the horror in this?
I will say, though, I think that, and I don't know if you feel this way, Joe, but like, I feel like I've gotten better about sussing out. Like, if someone reaches out to us, either together or individually, I've learned pretty quickly, like, to pick up on certain cues to be like, oh, this maybe isn't someone I should be talking to right now because they are probably a little unstable.
Yeah, I mean, I always want to give people the benefit of a doubt, but I think there's also that level of self-protection that you were talking about, Roz, where, you know, you maybe just keep a layer up until you know somebody a little bit better, or you reserve the right to say, no, I'm not going to pursue this any further because I don't need to.
Yeah. Now, changing topics a little bit, I feel like we're going to have to talk about this because your listeners there's going to be some that are going to bring this up. Do you know the viral video of the woman in the Barnes & Noble that is basically being Annie?
No.
Oh, my
Say
God.
More.
I'm looking at it right now. The video's called Crazy Chick
Flips Out in Barnes &
Noble.
Oh, geez.
From 2011. And it's this woman, I'm guessing she's some kind of improv actor or something, and she's just basically playing her, and she's yelling at the employees at Barnes & Noble for not having Paul Sheldon books.
Oh, God. Okay.
It's very funny.
Wait, but I'm assuming I'm watching the video as we're listening to this, but as we're talking, but like, I guess she's actually asking for Paul Sheldon, and these people are like,
they have no idea what
they have no idea.
So that's when I'm like, ooh, performance comedy, like when you don't have permission or like you don't have consent from other people, just kind of makes me a little uncomfortable. That starts to feel like a prank.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely that.
That's definitely what this is, but I'm also like, you're telling me no one in this video said, Paul Sheldon, that's from Misery.
I mean, maybe they've only seen the film and they haven't read the book and they don't remember it all that well.
As many times as Paul Sheldon's name is mentioned in this movie.
In 2011, it was a different time, you guys. This comedian was groundbreaking when this video came out.
Yeah, you aren't kidding. It's 8.4 million views on YouTube.
Ooh. Oh my God. So clearly we're in the wrong line of business and we should all be out there pranking.
Yes.
In 2011.
In 2011.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to bring Kettleman back in because obviously the reason that Annie gets so fucking upset is because Misery has been killed, and Misery is like a real person to this woman. So Kettleman says, well, Annie does not necessarily exhibit an overt sexual infatuation with Misery Chastain. Her passion for the character hints at same-sex desire. As evidenced in the scene in which she confronts Paul for having killed her. In this scene, Annie reacts with a disproportionate fury, screaming, I don't want her spirit, I want her. It is clear that Annie has developed an unnatural attachment to the character, one that hints at subtle romantic overtones. In her distorted world, Annie conflates Paul and Misery, and she is in love with them both.
Well, there's something queer about that, too, because I'm going to say, I mean, not to, like, you know, betray my community, I guess, but I do think that queer fandoms are worse than non-queer fandoms.
Okay, say more.
Okay, let me put it this way. I think that queer fandoms are more likely to be toxic than non-queer fandoms.
Okay, so not necessarily the romantic angle, but, you know, I mean, Roz, we have an interesting history with younger Scream fans who think that we are out of touch.
Oh.
Like, we get called slurs because we have trash talked this Scream TV show, and people are like not having it.
Oh, interesting.
And it's all queers.
But you know, I don't know enough about it, but I'm pretty sure that sports people are pretty crazy too.
Oh yeah. I guess entertainment wise. Well, I guess you could call it sports. Movie, TV stuff, wise.
Well, these nerds. Some of these comic book people, I think, get crazy.
Yeah.
Is it just something to do with fandom? Like, you get so emotionally invested in it that it becomes part of your personality. Somebody who threatens that is tantamount to threatening you. So your whole world suddenly comes, you know, under threat by somebody who you thought you could trust, and then you have to lash out.
I think a lot of times when it's marginalized groups, there's all this added pressure of like, that person's supposed to represent me.
Right.
Yes.
And so if they're failing to do it in the way that you think they're supposed to, it's a personal attack against you.
Oh, yeah. Before we even had fans, we would have people message us be really upset about our name, Horror Queers, because they didn't like the word queers in our title because it was a slur.
Oh.
Yeah.
Those people.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a generational thing as well. We've talked about that. But
It is. But it's still like anyway.
We're not performing queerness in the right way because we shouldn't be using the word.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's keep that in mind as well as we move forward. So, poor Paul. He has been left alone by Annie because she has driven away into the night, and she has basically said, hope I don't die because then you're fucked. So he tries to get out of bed, but it is excruciating. These legs are still so badly fucked up. He basically just collapses and is knocked unconscious. And in the daylight, we see that Buster and Virginia have realized Paul must still be around here somewhere because there's no new credit card charges. So he's out there somewhere. It's either the body or the person. Back at the house, Annie comes back and she is in kind mode again. So she has calmed down and she helps crybaby Paul back into bed. She casually mentions something about a witness stand in Denver.
Okay. This is such an easy line to miss in the movie, too. It's like, oh, yeah, that's why all the things they were asking me in the witness stand in Denver. And, like, Paul does like, wait, clock it, but nothing comes of it until now. Oh, yeah. I will say one thing that she does in the book that they don't do in the movie is she ties strands of her hair to every single doorway. That way she knows if Paul opens them, the hair is going to be broken.
Wow. That is an impressive amount of detail. All right, so Paul is back in bed. She, mentions Denver, and then she reveals that while she's been away, God has told her the path. What Paul needs to do is burn this shitty, profane manuscript he has written, get back to that Misery Chastain business. So
that is just like someone like this, right? They just turn, like, they hide behind God to justify their actions.
Well, it's interesting, right? Because there's a very prominent crucifix that she wears, like on the necklace, that's evident throughout the film. But I mean, I think, Roz, you mentioned earlier, she's a certain type of woman that maybe is leaning conservative, is maybe leaning religious. But I don't really look at this movie as too overtly religious.
Yeah. I mean, she's clearly, she has a way to justify killing babies.
Well,
you know, and so many of these Christians are pro-life and everything. But yeah, I wouldn't say she's like a good Christian, but she's so on her own planet that she's got her version.
That is something that I always wish that he would confront her and, like, or anyone be like, hey, you're so like God, pro-God, whatever. What about all those babies you killed? Like, what was God telling? I mean, she's crazy, so I'm sure she would have somehow found a way to like rationalize it. But still, I'm like, no, corner her, like, ask her, what the fuck are you doing?
I would be like, really? Because I just talked to God, and he actually didn't say that. Are you sure you were talking to God?
God. I initially read this as she was some kind of like angel of mercy. And then when we see the scrapbook, it seems pretty evident that she just takes care of anybody that she either doesn't like or gets in her way. So that theory is out the window for sure.
I do like that we don't ever learn why she was killing all those babies.
No. She's a mystery lady. Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay, so he tries to fake her out and says, oh, sure, I can burn this copy of this dumbass manuscript because I sent it out to Marcia and a bunch of people in New York. Everybody's reading it. And she says, hey, dumb shit, I'm your number one fan. I know that that's not true. And she makes him burn it. But, I mean, yeah, she does threaten to basically burn him because she's sloshing this, lighter fluid all around the bed. So he doesn't have much options.
Like, I hope she washes those immediately, because can't you still light dry fluid?
Maybe?
I don't know. But either way.
I mean, even when he strikes that match, I thought, ooh, be careful. You don't want to light yourself on fire accidentally.
Because he throws it, and I was like, you better be a good throw with that match.
It's a movie.
Yeah.
Okay, so she does end up giving him pain meds at the end of all of this almost as a reward, and this is the first time we will see him not consume them. He will use a fork to start creating a little space in the mattress in which to squirrel them away. Mm-hmm. So the next day, Annie gifts him an electric razor, a wheelchair, and a typewriter with a missing N key because she wants him to get to work writing Misery's Return, which I gotta say, catchy title. Would sell.
Roz, actually, the portions of Misery's Return that you read in the book, because the missing N in the typewriter is still, that's part of the book as well. So when you're reading the Misery's Return manuscript, all the N's are actually handwritten in as well.
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
It's a neat conceit.
Mm-hmm.
So he plays along with elaborating that he's going to need different typewriter paper. This gets her angry, but she does end up consenting only after slamming a box of paper onto his broken legs. But then she does leave him so that she can go to the store, and he discovers a bobby pin, so he will be able to unlock the door and start looking around this house. First up, obviously, he goes for the phone. But this is a facade. And yes, Roz, as you have mentioned numerous times, this is where we do get to see a framed picture of Liberace behind this fake phone.
My queen.
So I'm going to bring Cattleman back in one last time. So they note that Liberace's presence in the narrative certainly adds subliminal references to same-sex desire, if nothing else. Because it's like, I mean, yeah, maybe she's a super fan of Liberace as well, but it does seem a little bit peculiar that somebody who's just a little bit queer, a little bit odd, also has a family-like framed picture of a famously gay pianist.
But I'm telling you, the women that were fans of Liberace are very what I described. Like,
that is so true.
Like, we just don't talk about it. Like, he has like a house man friend or whatever. It's like, so that.
Well, and actually, Liberace, I'm just looking at the timeline, because Liberace would have died 3 years before this movie came out.
Okay. Oh my God, are we suggesting that Annie Wilkes killed Liberace?
Oh my God.
How did she get him into the house? We don't know, but maybe she did.
Right? Like, she used to be Liberace's number one fan. Then when she killed his ass, she moved on to Paul Sheldon.
Oh my God. New fandom unlocked.
What do you mean you're gay?
Dead. Yeah. Ooh, dark timeline. Mm-hmm. Okay, so he is on the move because Annie is out buying him paper. So we have this tense bit with the ceramic penguin. That'll come back to haunt him later. But I will say the amount of wincing I do in this section of the film, because he's super uncoordinated in the wheelchair. He keeps banging his legs on door frames and objects. It looks so painful. But he does end up getting out to crawl at the kitchen because he can't get the wheelchair through. And we get this very tense section where he's trying to get a package of the drugs and then get back into bed as we see crosscuts of Annie driving back.
I think this is one of the most legitimately suspenseful scenes in the movie. Like, I screened this for one of my Terror Tuesday screenings last year, and half the audience hadn't seen it before, which really surprised me.
What?
But you could hear people gasping at every single cut of this movie.
It's really good. I mean, here's the thing. I don't think that this movie necessarily needs extra gore because these tense moments do hit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, this is a performer's piece, less an effects piece.
Yeah. And I feel like we haven't really said very much about James Caan as an actor in this. As you mentioned, Tracy basically just gets to sit around most of the time. But I do think he's really convincing, especially in these moments where we have to see Paul playing a role as he's trying to go through his pain. Like, he's clearly still hurting a lot, but he needs to suggest, okay, no, the reason I'm sweating is not because I was trying to hatch an escape plan. It's because I'm in so much pain. I need my pills. I just want the pain to stop.
And Rob Reiner did fucked with him a lot during this. Basically, every day when they were filming, Rob Reiner would go up to James Caan and just go, okay, Jimmy, in this scene,
Jimmy,
you're in bed. And that's all. And he would just walk away.
Roz, would you ever do a stand-up skit from like a bed or like exclusively sitting? That just feels, it's hard to do a performance from that, right? Like you need the physical presence
for comedy.
I definitely think I'm funnier when I'm standing, but I love to be in bed. So
fair.
You know,
so on your next tour, you should bring a bed with you and try it out and let us know.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, that would be amazing. I mean, I do have a very iconic bed. My bed is circle-shaped, and it's gigantic.
Does it spin?
It doesn't spin. Sorry. I guess my bed's not as cool as I thought.
I think we were all picturing some kind of newlywed suite or like a Bride of Chucky kind of thing. Wait, is it a waterbed, Roz?
No, it's not a waterbed, but it's the frame is vintage 1960s.
Ooh.
And it's leopard print
no, it is
over on
not.
the top. And
ma'am.
Dark red sheets.
This is a boudoir you're describing.
Yeah, my bedroom's very boudoir vibes. And actually, I'm working on a new project that is going to be from my bed. And so I am kind of going to be
Okay, so
comedy.
you are doing
Yeah. But I'm not taking it out of my bedroom.
You're not taking it on the road.
Yeah.
Can you buy circular air mattresses?
I don't know.
No?
It's very difficult to find circular stuff. Like,
yeah.
Just
Even
to find
sheets.
sheets
Oh, yeah,
and everything.
sheets.
Not easy.
Wow. That's like a specialty item you've got there.
Yeah.
You know what? Specialty item, special person. Makes sense. Treat
Aw.
yourself.
You're special.
Oh my God.
Stop.
Shut up.
Okay, sorry, we're moving on. Okay, so up in the helicopter, Buster finally spots this fucking flipped car in the snow. So let's hold a press conference. We've got Colorado Police Chief Sherman Douglas, who's played by an uncredited JT Walsh. I was like, oh, I know that face. Why do I know that face?
Mm-hmm.
Would they do a press conference as the car is being pulled up like that?
No.
He's like displaying it like Vanna White and Wheel of Fortune. Like, it must now be presumed that Paul Sheldon is dead because he is not in this car.
He is right in like the line of fire for that thing to just knock him over. And
Truly.
cool as a cucumber delivering the message.
And also, no body, no death. This person has clearly never watched a horror film.
Exactly.
But Buster's smart. He notices the crowbar marks on the door, but he doesn't tell anyone this, and no one else seems to notice this. So it's like,
wait, doesn't Virginia know as well? Because isn't she there too?
yeah, she knows, but like whoever the Walsh guy is playing, like he's like a state trooper, not just like a town sheriff. So you think that he would also have noticed this or done something about it, but
no, we're saying that the big city kids are idiots. This Colorado police sheriff, dumb.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. So Paul begins emptying all of these pill capsules. So he's formulating some kind of plan. He also has to get to work writing. So it's no good, though. This initial stab is playing too much like an unfair chapter play from Annie Wilkes' youth. So it's not fair, and he's going to need to do a better job of resurrecting misery.
And this is when we get the he didn't get out of the cock-a-doodle car. Fun story with that.
Yeah, it's a good time. This feels like the Oscar reel, doesn't it?
Well, anytime she has one of these outbursts, the camera zooms in. Oh, also, fun fact, the cinematographer for this
Barry
movie...
Sonnenfeld.
Barry Sonnenfeld. And right after this, he got the job for Addams Family.
That's wild. Yeah, I was just like, oh, I guess he hadn't graduated to the big leagues just yet.
Yeah, but I think you can see a lot of his playful camera work in this movie, and especially in all of these zooms we get into Kathy Bates' face.
Do love a zoom, yeah. Okay, so we get a brief montage of yet more snow falling, so we know that time is passing, and Annie excitedly announces that the house will be filled with love because Paul has figured his shit out, and Misery is alive. So he's done it. He's got the juices cooking and so on.
But Roz, to your point, because you said earlier, like, I want to read that book. It's like, because when she's telling this story, oh, Misery's alive, a bee sting. Oh my God, that's rare. No, I've always known Misery was born of nobility. Oh my God. Like, I was like, I'm invested in this story. I'm only hearing about it.
Yeah.
We don't even know the details and it's sucking us in.
Well, that's the thing. We love to make this woman out to be this monster, but if the book is really, maybe it's really good. Maybe it is worthy of killing him if he's going to fuck up the story.
So it's Paul's fault. You're victim blaming.
Well, I just believe there's two sides to every story.
There we go. Yes.
And I think this is very one-sided, helping the man.
Capital T, capital M.
Yeah. So I really think that we should listen to women.
I agree. I also think we could draw some weird parallels between Annie and Virginia, right? Because the other female character of note, we've got Marcia, but she's really only in those couple of scenes. And maybe Annie is just sort of sexually frustrated like Virginia, and she's living vicariously through Misery and all of her romantic options. So, yeah, I mean, if it takes a book to get the downstairs flowing, then why should we blame her for that?
Exactly.
Okay, so Paul realizes, okay, I've got this plan in the works and Annie seems to be happy with me, so he pitches her, why don't we have dinner tonight? And she says, ooh, I'm going to put my Liberace records on.
Yeah.
Okay, so Buster and Virginia are reading the Misery novels to try to do research into Paul Sheldon, and at Annie's house, we are digging into Spam and Meatloaf dinner.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I've never done this before, but like I just Googled like Annie Wilkes' Meatloaf when I watched this the other night.
There's 100% 10 recipes out there.
There's at least one for sure, but yeah, but it's funny though, because she specifies, she only uses fresh tomatoes, never canned, and then she adds some Spam with the ground beef to give it some extra zip. But the one recipe I found was like, add the Spam, but use canned tomatoes. And I was like, what?
Did we watch the movie?
But now I want to make one of each. Like, I want to see what the difference in taste is.
Okay, challenge to listeners. We would like you to do a taste test. Please let us know. Which would you prefer?
I'll do it. You're not a meatloaf person, Roz?
I'm not a meat person.
Fair.
Oh, yeah,
okay.
That's fair. That makes sense.
So this whole meal is a no-go except for the fresh tomatoes then.
Yeah, I'll just have the tomatoes, please.
I'm not convinced Spam is actual meat, so maybe you could eat that too.
It's a question.
I'm about to vomit.
Okay, moving on. I do want to give James Caan another shout out here because when he says, can't get this at a fancy restaurant. Yes, Jimmy.
Jimmy Caan.
When Jimmy says, can't get this at a fancy restaurant, I was like, no, sir, I do not think you can get Spam at a fancy restaurant. So Annie goes to collect the candles. Paul makes his move. He dumps all of this pill capsule residue stuff into her wine, and she returns and immediately knocks the glass over, and I love it.
Man.
Did she do it on purpose? What do you think?
No, I don't think so. I don't. Well, she doesn't know he's been out yet.
Are we sure she doesn't know he's been out yet? Because the figurine was the thing that alerts her, and that's already happened.
No, because she says later, I know you've been out twice. So she knows. And that's what I was thinking. Like, if this was today, everyone has cameras. Like, this kind of she would have cameras everywhere. So she would really be spying on what he was doing. But I think that she knows fully what he's been up to.
I wouldn't be surprised. Also, now I'm just trying to think of a Misery 2025 remake where it's just surveillance cam footage.
That's the thing, though. Like the further time moves, the harder it is for horror screenwriters to write horror films, because that's why we have the obligatory, there's no cell service here, like in every single horror movie we go to.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a bit uninspired, I'm not going to lie. But I also think, okay, well, just keep doing period pieces then.
Period.
Period.
Which the 90s are now a period piece, so
this is true.
Oh my
You know
God.
what? Do Misery set in the time of Misery Chastain. Set this in the late 1800s.
Okay.
I mean, we could still hobble somebody pretty easily back then.
Yeah.
Okay, so obviously our plan to drug Annie Wilkes is not going to work because she just spilled the motherfucking wine and it took me so long to get these pills crushed up. So there's a long montage of writing and reading, and it all ends with Annie declaring that it's the best Misery he's ever written. This happy mood is quashed on a rainy night when we've got a despondent Annie declaring she loves him. His legs are getting better, and the novel is almost done, and he's gonna wanna go.
But she's got a gun, so all's good, I guess.
Yeah, this is grim, isn't it? Like, the suggestion that, okay, she's maybe dealing with some, well, no, she is dealing with some pretty significant mental illness, but also we're on the cusp of either a suicide or a murder-suicide.
So, do you think the murder-suicide then was maybe already in the works at this point?
I mean, we've speculated a couple of times. Like, Roz, do you think this could have been the end game all along? Like,
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I think that almost makes it scarier.
it's definitely darker, but yeah, I think scarier too. This idea that, oh, if he didn't find a way out of this, he was never going to. Right. He was never going to make way out.
Yeah, that's spooky. And I think that things accelerated once Buster gets shot.
Well, yeah.
That's a point of no return.
Yeah.
Okay, so after we get the glimpse of the gun, this is when Annie drives away. So we have been lifting the typewriter to get some upper body strength so that we can crawl around a little bit easier. So this allows Paul to get into the kitchen and get a knife. So he also discovers the scrapbook, which detail Annie, Dragon Lady, and all of her murders. And then he gets back into bed before she returns so that he can practice whipping this knife out of the sling that his arm is in. And it's kind of funny.
Which I'm going to tell you, though, like, okay, like, I get him maybe not putting the penguin back right, to which I was like, dude, big mistake. Like, you should have known that. But you think she's not going to miss a
knife?
A missing butcher knife from her knife block?
Yeah, that one.
I think at this point, it's him thinking, okay, I just have to threaten her with this knife and that will allow me to leave. So it doesn't matter if he gets discovered, but he also has to maintain the upper hand. And he doesn't get that because she just sneaks up behind him and injects him with this sedative.
And what I love, so we're into the hobbling scene. And what I love about this is that it's entirely scored to Liberace's cover of Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata.
Oh, I didn't even think about it.
Romantic. The house is filled with love.
I live for the Dragon Lady.
I love it.
I want her to be known as the Dragon Lady.
Ooh,
right.
I bet you someone has a tattoo out there of Kathy Bates stylized like a dragon.
Oh, God.
Hot. Kathy Bates' head with dragon body.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's somebody's fetish for sure.
I think it's mine.
Oh, okay, there we go. We've unlocked something. All right. So, yes, we get the hobbling scene. Super famous. Everybody knows what happens. I love that we don't feel the need to show anything. We just rely on Jimmy's facial reactions and screams.
So we do. So what I have the Scream Factory Blu-ray of this that came out back in like 2017-ish. And the only new features they have is a new interview with Rob Reiner, which is 40 minutes long, mind you.
Ooh, okay.
And an interview with Greg Nicotero, who did the makeup effects.
Oh, did you pull your information from that Rob Reiner interview?
I pulled it from 100 different sources.
Oh, okay.
They're all over the place. But all the information about Misery is like, it's all kind of well known. But yeah, a lot of stuff that Rob Reiner says in his interview is stuff that's already in other stuff that he says on like older featurettes. So
okay.
Not a lot of new information about this movie. But Nicotero talks about, like how they made these feet. They did film, because you see the first foot get hit, and you see his foot like go off to the side as she hits it. They did film the second foot getting hit and like seeing it go. And Rob Reiner opted not to show it, but Nicotero says like it sucks. You spend so much time building these prosthetics, doing all this stuff, and you go to the film and you're like, oh wow, you're only seeing them for like seconds, and in some cases like that second foot, not at all. Mm-hmm. But there have been times where he's like, oh, I was really angry at the director for doing this because it feels like you're hiding my work. And of course, once the MPA comes into things, it's even worse. But I didn't feel that way about Misery because I thought that the scene worked without showing that second foot.
Yeah, I think it's so impactful that it's only like literally 1 second that you see that damn foot flopping.
It's so visceral. I do truly feel like this is an instance where our imaginations can do that heavy lifting very convincingly, and it hurts.
Well, because you can also hear it. You hear the crack of the bones.
Yeah. It's true. It's just a great scene, right?
Now, do you think this would have been more or less effective, or it doesn't matter if we had kept to the book and cut his foot off with an axe and then cauterized it with a hot frying pan?
Jesus Christ.
We wouldn't be talking about that anymore.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think that it was all about that big old club or whatever the hell that thing is.
I think it's because we can all imagine having our ankles smashed with a sledgehammer, whereas like the idea of having our foot cut off is a foreign concept.
Well, okay, so question, because we do get an amputation and then a cauterization in something like The Ruins. Roz, have you seen that movie?
No.
Okay, strong recommend. It's a friend of the show, Carter Smith, who is a queer director. It's an adaptation of a very well-known book, but it's American college kids go to a Mayan ruin in Mexico, and basically they get forced to stay on top of a temple because the locals know that there's an indigenous plant that tries to like infect people and they can't let it out. But there's one guy who falls and he breaks his leg and the vine gets into it. So they try to cut off the leg and then they cauterize it with a hot frying pan.
Oh, but their cutting off of the leg is smashing the exposed bones with a rock.
Yeah. It's very rough. Yeah. It's a great movie, though.
Really good movie, yeah. Killer plants have never been so scary.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll watch it.
Okay. Let us know what you think. But, okay. So, meanwhile, Buster is doing his investigatory work. We have started to figure things out. He's zeroed in on Annie in part because he's taken notice of her yelling at people around town. And then he connects... It's the silliest thing. But he connects that to the records where, because he's been reading Paul Sheldon's book, he recognizes, oh, wow, she's a mega fan because she quoted him in her trial excerpt.
When she was on the witness stand, she was quoting Misery Chastain.
I mean, that is true number one superfan behavior.
I love it. I love it so much.
Yeah. Okay. So Buster starts to investigate Annie. He goes to the local shopkeep. Hey, has she been making weird purchases and so on? This leads him up to Annie's house, and things seem like they could be hunky-dory, like she may be able to get away with it because she's in nice Annie mode. I do love the comedic beat where they keep peeking at each other down the hall.
They're playing chicken with each other.
Yep.
The funniest part of this to me was when, like, you know, they go into Paul's room. Of course, he's not there anymore. And she's saying, oh, I've been writing this book. I've been trying to write like Paul Sheldon, but I just can't. And he's like, oh, yeah. And then she just goes, oh, I could give you a couple 100 pages of mine and you can tell me what you think. If some stranger is like, can you read a couple 100 pages of my work? Fuck you.
Yeah, like, Roz, you go missing, and then somebody just says, yeah, I've got, like, whole notebooks of jokes that sound kind of like Roz. I've just been working on it. Do you think you could take a look at them?
Oh, my God.
Doesn't sound fun for you?
I sometimes will have someone be like, hey, I got a good one for you.
No.
And it's never a good one. And I always just have to be like, here's what I think. I think you should do it. I think you should go on stage and see what would happen if you said that joke.
The idea of trying to provide jokes for a comedian, like, unless you are part of a writer's room or on staff, I would never have the gumption. Never have the balls.
Yeah.
Just seems not a good plan. But speaking of not good plans, Annie trying to convincingly pass off any of this. Paul has been tossed down into the basement, but he's still awake, so he can make a bunch of noise, and this attracts Buster back in. Buster ends up seeing him at the top of the stairs, and as you alluded to, Roz, he just gets it right in the back. It's a big old shotgun burst.
Bam. He got the full-on Death Becomes Her.
Truly.
Oh my God.
He got Meryl Streep. No, he got Goldie Hawn. There we go.
Yes.
Don't take away my gay card. I've seen the movie, I swear.
Oh, man. This hurts, man. Like, this sucks for this character. Like, what a horrible end.
But I think that's why it's so effective, right? If Richard Farnsworth wasn't so great in this role, even though he really doesn't get that much to do, but if we didn't like this character, it'd be like, meh, who fucking cares? Right. And because we do, it seems like a fucking tragedy.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That poor wife.
Who's gonna fuck her now?
Yeah.
Right? Like, what, she's going to have to get with some townie? It's going to be that shopkeep,
isn't it? A townsperson?
In this economy? Yeah, no, it's very sad. And he's definitely dead. And I love that Annie is just like, okay, well, our time is up. Now we're going to murder-suicide. And also, I'm not helping you up this giant flight of stairs, so I hope you can climb up.
I was thinking about that. Like, he has to, like, climb over him with no power in his legs. And there's just dead Richard Farnsworth right there.
Yeah, that's a lot of dead weight. It's a lot of dead Richard Farnsworth weight.
Richard Farnsworth is...
Yeah, so many weights of Farnsworths.
Ew, what if you accidentally, like, stuck your hand in the bullet hole?
Oh.
I mean, here's the thing. It's a good effect. Like, it looks good. It's very meaty.
We already said Roz doesn't do meat. Come on, man. Get on the program.
They put Spam on it.
Oh my God. This is the next meatloaf.
No, I don't say meaty very often, actually, because I've seen people on Twitter, porn people, talk about their meaty cocks, and I just...
Wait, like a meaty cocksucker?
No, meaty cock. Like your cock is, I guess...
I know, Trace. I was making a joke because we've been trying to work cocksucker into the...
Oh, got it. A meaty cocksucker.
Roz, this is what I'm working with. The comedic stylings.
I'm not a yes-ander. I'm not a yes-ander.
Been working on them for 6 years.
And every time I'm like, yes.
And
that's it.
Okay, so yes, the book is finished. And Paul has managed to crawl his way back upstairs. So he asks Annie for his 3 ritual items: a cigarette, a match, and a glass of Dom Perignon. So she prepares these, but she also has the gun in her pocket. And Paul's strategy is that he is going to lure her in with all of these cliffhangers about what happens in this fucking Misery's Return book.
And I want to know what happens.
I mean, this is how invested we are at this point, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he lights the manuscript on fire because everything always has to be cyclical. We've burned one manuscript. Why not another one? He uses this as a distraction to then smash her in the head with the typewriter. And then we get this big old fight scene.
And we get an overhead shot, too, of this room from Sonnenfeld. And this is a very cathartic sequence.
Mm-hmm. Roz, do you have one standout moment from this fight?
Her body double.
Oh.
I love body doubles.
Wait, I mean, is it a body double?
Yeah, there was definitely a scene that was overhead that I do not think was her.
Got it.
And as they're like wrestling on the ground, and I was like, yes, whoever that is, how fun. I'm glad they got work.
I will say this. So Nicotero did 3 molds of Kathy Bates' head for the shot whenever she lands on the typewriter.
Ooh, ouchie.
But he had a really funny anecdote. So he was like, yeah, Kathy Bates came over to our shop and she came in and she just goes, "Lick my plate, you dog dick." And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then he was like, I realized she was quoting Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2.
That is amazing.
But I guess she probably knew that Nicotero had worked on that. And so she did her research before she went to go get her head cast done.
I mean, she spawned a rehearsal.
God. Good for her. She's fun.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. I mean, Kathy Bates seems like a fucking gem, so I'm not at all surprised.
Yeah. Plug for Matlock, everyone. Please watch Matlock on CBS, and it's not as bad as you think. It's really, really, really fucking good.
God, how many times have we plugged Matlock on this show now? People should know by now, but good. Also, yeah, it's much better than you think. It's by the lady who created Jane the Virgin, and I mean, yeah, Kathy Bates sells the shit out of that show.
She's fucking amazing, but yeah.
Okay, so yes, Annie does eventually faceplant onto this typewriter, But of course she can't be dead. They're never dead. So the fight sort of continues until Paul can reach ahead. We've not talked about Misery the sow, which is the actual pig that lives on the farm with Annie. But we also have a sow paperweight. So we grab this thing, we punch her in the face with it. So yes, everyone, it is Misery that kills Annie Wilkes.
I guess
I
never thought about it. Like, I have seen this movie so many times, and I never put that together.
Yeah, I didn't either.
All right, so we jump ahead 18 months, and Paul is now walking, but he does have to use a cane because them legs got fucked up. So he is meeting Marcia for lunch so that they can talk about the raise for his new book, which is called The Higher Education of J. Philip Stone. And I'm sorry, I just fell asleep.
I was going to say, that sounds like the most boring book I have ever read.
I agree with Marcia. I think that Paul should write a nonfiction true crime book, and that would sell way better.
So here's the thing. I actually always feel really bad in this movie that Paul doesn't get to release Misery's Return because in the book he does. So in the book he actually learns to love Misery's Return because he actually starts to believe it's the best thing he's ever written. And so it comes out and like it is a huge success, mostly because of the situation like around it, you know, his kidnapping and stuff. But I always thought it was interesting that they didn't do that in the movie, where it's like, oh no, yeah, he still wrote it and he released it and he liked it. So I don't know.
God, I just can't imagine. Okay, so Roz, I'm coming back to you. Imagine you wrote enough material to do 2 full stand-up shows and then had to torch both of them. Like, how do you come back from something like that?
Write it again?
I mean, yeah, you do it again. It's your brain that it came from. But yeah, that would suck.
I have lost documents, like when I'm writing reviews and my computer crashes or I didn't save it and something happens and it's like 900 words and I almost break down crying.
Oh, that's horrible. You know what I've done is, so I do these videos where I go ghost hunting in haunted hotel rooms with guys that I meet on Grindr. And
yeah.
It's called Roz Hernandez, the Haunted Doll on YouTube. And I did one and I accidentally deleted everything.
No.
And I took my SD card to a place and they were like, yeah, that you fried it. And that was like, you can't recreate ghosts or
you can't recreate that magic.
Yeah. All of it. It was gone. That was horrible. But at least with writing, you can redo it.
Yeah.
That is fair.
And maybe it'll turn out better the second time. Who knows?
It's never as good the
I
second
know. It's
time.
never
We
as
all
good the
know
second
it. We all know it's never as good. Yeah. So Paul basically has written 3 books over the course of this film. He finished one in the beginning. He wrote another one, torched both of those, and then he wrote this dog shit sounding one. But yeah, it's getting rave reviews. But I do love that he's kind of like, yeah, but it's hard to really care about this because I'm still super obsessed with Annie. And we do see, oh, Paul, it's because you need therapy because you're still seeing Annie in public on other people. But it would also be helpful if this waitress didn't say, I'm your number 1 fan.
Yeah, I love it. I love that actress got that last line in there.
And then Liberace plays over the credits.
Of course.
I will say, though, and granted, I've never been in a traumatic enough situation, like, comparable to what he went through to, like, really...
Oh, really? You haven't?
I know.
Okay.
But I would write that fucking book. That would make so much money.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I absolutely would. But I guess, you know...
He just can't face it. He can't process it.
Yeah, which is interesting. It's like, okay, if you're not into Misery, why not just write something new and real? But
if you're not into Misery, sounds like the new album from Paramore coming for Christmas.
But I do like, because he does say, you know, something about my experience in that house like helped me. And so I also do like that admission from him because I feel like it's important to have that there because it's, I don't know, it was almost therapeutic for him.
Made him a better writer, maybe a better person.
I know what I was thinking.
Yeah.
The Fan. Have you ever seen that movie with Lauren
we loved The Fan.
Wait. Which The Fan? The one with Michael Biehn or the one with Robert De Niro? And
there is only one right answer to this question.
Yeah, with Lauren Bacall. That's why I'm thinking of it as well. But that sounds like a double feature.
Oh, the one...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy. The Fred Durst one is terrible.
Oh, wait. Is that what that was called? The Fan? You're talking about the one with John Travolta and it's Fred Durst directed?
Fred Durst is in it.
That's The Fanatic. The Fanatic.
Oh, God damn it, it is. Yes. Okay, triple feature.
That one I'm obsessed with, where he's like an autograph seeker on Hollywood Boulevard.
Yeah, with Devon Sawa. Yeah.
Yes.
I never saw this, but
masterpiece. We could definitely do it. It's homoerotic for sure.
Why not? So yeah, triple feature. You got The Fan, Misery, and The Fanatic.
Oh, I thought you were going to say The Fan, and The Fanatic.
Oh, The Fan, Misery, The Fan. I'm going in order, chronological order.
You know what? Cancel work, stay home, do it all tomorrow.
There we go. We just booked you an all-day mini marathon, folks.
Sounds great.
Well, that is Misery. So,
Misery.
Roz, as the guest of honor, any final thoughts on this film?
You know, the more that you were analyzing it, the more I'm like, this is good.
Was it not good before? But anyway,
no, I've always
even
liked
better.
it. I've always liked it, but it just makes me realize there is a lot of unanswered questions and so many different scenarios in your mind that you could go, did she plan this? Or you know, just so many things like that. It's just really a good movie.
Yeah.
Fully agree. I've seen this so many times. I can probably, this is one of the few movies I can probably just play in my brain on memory. And I love it. And I love that it is one of the only times we get a horror movie winning Oscars. And it's horror. That is what it is. Fucking thriller, horror, whatever. It's horror.
Yeah, it's a romantic drama with some gnarly special effects. No, this movie is great. I mean, I think it holds up well. I'm always surprised that we can do basically two actors in a room or in a house for most of this movie. And we do find ways to keep it visually interested, but just the pair of them, Kathy and Jimmy, they're doing such good work here. And I hate that they maybe had some friction in their working approaches.
Well, they were professional. So.
Yeah, okay, so it wasn't a terrible filming experience for them, but I do think that there's a kind of electricity between the pair of them, and it does come off the screen.
Yeah. Well, before we announce what we're covering next week and close out, Roz, first, thank you so much for coming on to this to discuss this movie. You've been a treat. And let everyone know, where can they find you online?
Oh, well, thanks for having me. This is fun. I love queers and I love horror. And I'm a huge horror fan. And now that I get to do this new podcast with Paramount called Tickled to Death, it's really fun because I get to work in horror now, kind of, which I've always just been a big fan. So now horror is becoming even more a part of my life. I'm the type that goes to every convention that I can, and I'm a real freak about horror.
Nice.
So I'm hosting this show. It's called Tickle to Death, and it's a game show. There's a lot of trivia and just fun different games that we play with different guests every week. And each episode is based on different little subgenres within horror. Like, for example, we did a Stephen King episode.
Right,
or
there we go.
A vampire episode, stuff like that. And it's definitely for people that enjoy comedy and is very queer as well. A lot of our guests and me on every episode. So,
and you put some stumpers in there too, but it is you do multiple choice questions, which I appreciate because
people can play along.
Well, because you did one question that was like, what is the name of the town in Trick or Treat? And I was like, oh fuck, I don't know. But then the other options were Haddonfield, Illinois. I was like, well, I know it's not that one.
Right. Yeah, totally. So there's definitely some softballs, but there's also some really tough.
Some stumpas.
Mm-hmm.
But wait, also, I mean, I kind of make my own horror comedy a little bit.
Yeah.
So that YouTube show, I'm actually so obsessed with. I've been doing it a lot lately, and it's been just so fun. I actually did one last night where I stay in these haunted hotels and then usually find a guy on Grindr, or I'll have somebody join me. And that is Roz Hernandez, The Haunted Doll on YouTube. Other podcast is Ghosted, which is all about ghosts and paranormal and all the, psychics and Bigfoots and whatever. And I have comedians and drag queens and all kinds of people on. And yeah, I perform all over the place too. So just follow me on Instagram at Roz Hernandez.
Well, if you want to get in touch with us, you can reach us on Blue Sky and Instagram at HorrorQueers. Shoot us an email at horrorqueers@gmail.com. Find us on Letterboxd to keep track of all the films we've covered. If you want to chat with other listeners, please join our HorrorQueers Discord. That link is in the show notes. If you have a moment, please rate and review us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. And if you want more content, please support the show by becoming a patron at patreon.com/horrorqueers. If you subscribe today, you'll get 437 hours of Patreon content, including this month's new episodes on Tina Romero's Queens of the Dead, Hulu's remake of The Hand That Rocks the Cradle, Oz Perkins' Keeper, Predator Badlands, and to celebrate American Thanksgiving, an audio commentary on the iconically hilarious 80s slasher Blood Rage.
Oh, yes.
And Joe?
Yes.
What are we talking about next week? A movie you have been trying to get us to cover for years.
Yes. So we're going to kick off a new month because we're entering into December, folks. Jesus Christ. But this has been a long time coming. And I think especially for listeners, Roxanne and Jennifer, who have quite literally been waiting years, asking us for years to please cover 1977's The Sentinel.
I have no idea what this movie... I blind bought the Blu-ray because of this, and I have no idea what it is.
The what? The Scented?
The Sentinel.
Oh.
Like the bad robots in The Matrix, but like not that.
No,
Okay.
This is about maybe some kind of sexy shenanigans going on in an apartment building, and it stars Barbara Crampton among many other people.
Oh my God, Jeff Goldblum, Christopher Walken.
Yeah,
Holy
stacked cast.
shit, Beverly D'Angelo, what the fuck?
Yeah.
How have I not seen... Okay, well, now I'm a little bit excited. Okay, everyone. Well, Roz, thank you once again, and until next time, we can cross out misery.
Indeed, and cross out horror queers.
War of the Undead tells the story of monsters fighting to stop the most insane rescue mission in history.
A world of death awaits us.
This feature-length audio drama comes with hours of bonus features, including a second parody version of the story,
A world of death awaits us, dumbass.
and a downloadable PDF of the graphic novel that started it all. Pick up War of the Undead on Audible and tellemstevedave.com.
Hi, neighbor. Save up to 70% on classic furniture and decor through December 2nd. It's Black Friday at Birch Lane, a Wayfair specialty brand. Find classic style for joyful living and get free shipping on everything. Shop online at birchlane.com.
As the daughter of immigrants, financial struggles were part of my everyday reality. In high school, I became homeless and had to live in a women's shelter. Thankfully, being an APIA McDonald's scholar enabled me to attend college and begin a new chapter in my life. And now, my reality is filled with endless possibilities.
McDonald's has awarded nearly $4 million through APIA scholars to support students. Learn more at apanext.com.